Mr. Papandreou, thanks so much for being here today. What were your first thoughts on the outcome of the European elections?
Well, I hope it will be a wake-up call for Europe and an opportunity to see that for a large part of the population, Europe is a project which has not lived up to the expectations. I believe that the populist vote is the wrong direction because I don't believe that a renationalization or a xenophobic policy will solve any of our problems. We need more collective work. We need to pool our strengths. We need to work more strongly together. But we also need to look at some of the real problems that Europe has, which we haven't really dealt with, and high unemployment in the periphery, the forces of globalization and how they are undermining the social contract in Europe, issues of energy, environment, wider security. I think Europe needs to show that we can be effective. There's a second element too. The European institutions, people do not feel that they are involved, that they are engaged, that they own the European project. The European project has been successful, but it has been an elite project up to now. And I think what we're seeing is that people are saying, we want a voice. That's a democratic value, it's a democratic demand, and I think we need to respond to it by really thinking of how we bring in democracy beyond our borders into our European institutions, really democratize Europe so that our citizens do feel that they own and they have a voice in the European Union.
Right, thanks. So what could the next Commission specifically do to let the European citizens feel that they have this voice?
Well, first of all, I think, of course, the Commission itself has certain types of powers. It doesn't have all the powers, so it's not simply the Commission. It will be the European Parliament. It will also be the member states that have to be involved in this. I think we have to think out of the box, and we have to think where Europe is really going. Although we have lived through incremental changes and been able to survive and make important improvements, I think now we really have to think of wider steps, bigger steps forward. So how do we elect a president of the Commission? Maybe we should have a direct election. How do we have more deliberation with our citizens? How do we strengthen European policies for the unemployment? For example, in Erasmus for the unemployed, so that they can hold over in training while we're going through this crisis. Why not an investment program, not for each country, but a European investment program for new energy and energy policy, alternative and sustainable energy, energy grids, telecommunications, creating better transportations for the single market, and investing in education and research so that we become competitive, not with a race to the bottom, but through quality, which I think is the European tradition, making sure that we hold on to this social contract. Why aren't we more vocal in putting down our foot in global regulation, for example on tax havens, which are robbing our citizens of very important revenues, which we would be able to put into development and employment, social security. So I think these are very important issues which Europe really has to stand up both for its citizens and in the global world for some of the basic values we all stand for, and which is the added value of being part of this European family.